is killing our schools? Schools are charging a lot of money, but the value they are giving is so small. The question is, who is killing our schools for God's sake? You charge millions, but the value you're giving is in thousands. Let me show you something here. All schools you see out there are like buses. Now, in all buses, there are different operators. Operator number one are the founders. Okay? Normally, they are like two people or just a group of three people. Very few. But they are the most important because they are the ones who fund and they are the ones who own the vision of these schools. Now, the founders are the bus owners. Now, number two, there are these people who are so critical and very important. These are the people who actually do the most important work. That is driving the bus. And who are the drivers? The drivers in schools are the head teacher and his teachers. They either crash the bus or drive it well. Now, the drivers are the most important people when it comes to running a bus. Now, the drivers are the ones who drive these schools on a daily basis. Let me tell you something. It's very easy to crash a bus in one day. Now, when it comes to schools, if a school crashes, you may not know. And who is crashing our schools? It's the head teacher and his teachers. These are the drivers. They are the drivers. They are the ones crashing our institutions. Because they are the ones driving these buses on a daily basis. They run our institutions. They run our schools. They promise different and they fulfill different. They give huge promises when they need your children, but when it comes to teaching them, they are the ones stealing time. A teacher is supposed to report at school at 8. He reaches there and steals 30 minutes. The head teacher does not ask the teacher, why are you arriving 30 minutes? Why are you cheating time? You find in the whole day, all teachers are cheating time. Instead of teaching, they are actually wasting time in class, joking. You get the point? Now, for a school to make it, you must make sure that these drivers are actually qualified drivers. These are the people. Now, what do we have down here? Down here, we have the customers, the passengers. And who are the passengers? The passengers are the students and parents. Now, in the whole equation of schools, you realize that the most important person are the drivers. These are the most important people in the equation. They are the most important people in the equation because they are the ones driving the bus on a daily basis. Whether the bus is going to crash or not, the problem is on the teachers. And guess what? Our analysis shows these teachers, some of them are extremely poor at what they are doing. Some of them can't even express themselves. You reach at a school, you'd want to see a teacher who is confident, and the teacher is not confident. Now, this teacher who is not confident, how is he going to make your child confident? Think about it. Now, the parents are hustling, looking for money so that they can actually pay school fees. And in most cases, parents pay these schools very well. Because if you do not pay, they'll have to chase your child. Like, parents are doing almost everything, but we have a weak link. And the weak link are these teachers, the drivers. You get the point? We are saying, the teachers are the drivers driving these schools on a daily basis. And they have disappointed us and no one is talking about that. No one is talking about that. There's this thing that pisses me. Teachers, why are you giving us homework? Why are you giving us homework for our children? We know we have a responsibility of teaching them some things when they come home, but not the school work, because that is your duty as teachers, to teach academics. When they come home, I have a responsibility of teaching them other things, preparing them mentally, preparing them spiritually. That is the responsibility of a parent. Why is it that for me, I'm going to fight with the teacher? I will fight with teachers. I will fight with teachers. That's a huge sign that our drivers are crashing the bus. Our drivers are not qualified. The question is, who qualifies to be a driver? You must be having a driver's license. You must be having a driver's license for you to drive. And guess what? Some schools have teachers who do not have driving licenses. They don't have. You find someone has been driving, but they have been driving not knowing what they are doing. No wonder they are producing. Look, you produce graduates who are timid, who are not confident, who can do anything, who are not informed, who are shrink, who are actually shallow in thinking, who are negatively minded. As a result, what are we getting? And where are we heading? At the end of it all, bam! Someone tells you, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. How do you look for a job when you're good? There is no one who is good at what they do, and they are looking for jobs. That's a huge sign that our drivers are crashing the bus. Our drivers are not qualified. If you have a school, if you want to build a school, make sure that you're investing in making sure that you have good drivers who are driving your school on a daily basis, who are driving your bus on a daily basis. And who are the drivers? The teachers. Make sure that these teachers are good at what they do. But most important, they should be good people, because teaching is giving. And if someone is not good-hearted, they can't do anything. So you must, as a school owner, you must try your best to make sure that you're hiring the best in terms of qualifications, but also best in terms of good people. People who are willing to give. Because if they are willing to give, they are going to change things. Our education system is designed in English. So how are they going to teach? If a teacher can't even speak English, how are they going to teach in English? A good teacher must be understanding what he's going to teach. We already talked about it. So what are the qualifications of a good teacher? A good teacher, number one, must be a good person who is willing to give. He or she must be a giver. Like if you're interviewing, try to make sure you check whether this person has the heart of giving. Because if you bring someone who does not have a heart of giving, they are not going to care about the children. They are not going to try to help. At the end of it all, they'll start telling you, your child is stupid. Yeah, if a teacher tells me that my child is stupid, I'll fight with them. Because it's your role. You're being paid to make them smart. If they are not, then help them. As a teacher, you're not supposed to tell a parent that your child is stupid, your child is not grasping things. Yet you're being paid for that. Actually, it's being stupid to say that when you're a teacher. It's being stupid to say that when you're a teacher. Because when you're a teacher, you're being paid to help these children. And that's your role. You spend the whole day with them, specifically to help them. As school owners, it's very important that you invest in making sure that you have the right drivers to drive your buses. Those are schools and institutions. Without good drivers who run these schools on a day-to-day basis, your school is going to fail. Your school is going to keep going down. The investments that these founders put in is enormous. Someone invests their billions in an institution, and you find these drivers are the ones failing the whole system. The problem is not with the parents. The problem is not with the kids. The problem is not with the founders, the directors. In most cases, the problem is with the teachers. The teachers, the head teachers. You are the ones running the institution on a daily basis. Why do you fail? You're failing us and you're failing our nations. You're failing Africa. Before choosing a school for your child, as a parent, try to make sure that you check these teachers. If you see loopholes in them, don't give them your child. Because instead of helping your child, they are going to put your child down. Interview them the way they interview your kids. If the teacher is shabby, if the teacher is not sharp, if the teacher is not thinking faster, if the teacher can't speak well, don't expect them to do those things when you are away. Don't even dare to give them your child if you sense any sign of weakness. Because you cannot give what you do not have. You cannot share what you do not possess. We have a chance of also coming up as Africans, but there is no way how that is going to happen with teachers who do not know what they are doing. I've opened up a war on teachers.